spring. Can you believe it? It is spring here in Ohio. It's April. I know spring officially started a couple weeks ago, but it does kind of feel like that now. We're having those warm days, cool days. I'm loving it. I love that the sun is out. My plants in my office are starting to love it, and will hopefully start to grow even more now that they'll be getting even more sunlight in my office. But what I want to talk about today is just all the things happening. But to start off with, did you know that April is Counseling Awareness Month? Well, if you didn't, you sure do now. I'm a counselor, a licensed professional clinical counselor, and so April is the month of counseling. And I guess that's why the American Counseling Association annual conference is held typically in April. And this year it is in Columbus, Ohio. Yes, right here, our hometown. Don't know when it will be back in Ohio, let alone Columbus. So taking full advantage of going to this one. I've never actually been to the ACA conference, so I'm excited to go. This is and should be a pretty large one. I have been to other large conferences, but probably not one as large as this one. And so I'm excited to go. Technically starts Wednesday of this week and goes through Saturday. I will be going starting Thursday, like Wednesday and beginning of Thursday. They typically have some like meetings and things like that, or some of their extended CEU opportunities. And I'm not going to those this year. But I will be going to the evening, kind of like keynote, starts Thursday evening, which I think is probably a better option. I've been to other conferences, even the one here in Ohio, and the Ohio Counseling Association has their yearly conference, and they've had their keynote usually like in the early morning AM, and people don't want to come. So this is more outside of the early morning. It's not the very first thing, but it is happening. So that should be interesting to go to that. And then there's another one, I believe, on Friday. Also similarly, not in the evening, but also not in the morning. I think it might be later morning, maybe even around lunchtime. I'd have to go back and check, but that's something different that I'm experiencing here. So I'm excited to go check it out, see all of the things that they have. I think I talked a few weeks back about maybe what is good about going to a conference, some things you should or shouldn't do, and even in exploring the events and things and the agenda for the ACA conference this year. I'm just wondering what I might have to give up, what I might need to skip in order to kind of see and do some of the other things that are going on. They have like a hall with vendors and people you can meet and talk to, whether, something related to counseling, whether it's needs of counselors or if it's like referral options or tools of the trade and books and things like that. They're supposed to have like a little like counseling library and potentially have authors there signing their books. So I usually like to collect some of those types of things for my office collection. And if I went to every single educational opportunity, there would not be a lot of time to check out any of the extra stuff going on. So I'm going to have to look at the schedule, see what I really, really want to go to, what I'm okay with missing. But you do pay a lot of money to go to these conferences, but it's not always just about getting the CEUs. It's also about making those connections and maybe seeing and doing some of the other things they have to offer. So this may be new for me. I typically really like to go to all of the events if I can and not miss anything. So I don't want to miss anything. I like learning new things. But there may be some wiggle room and being able to do that. Something I did see on the agenda that I was not too happy about is if you're that person like me who likes to go to all of the scheduled opportunities to learn, then you would basically miss lunch. So you have the choice of like you skip one and you attend lunch, either the beginning part of the lunch hour or the end part of the lunch hour, or you miss lunch time completely because there's no time to like go to lunch and go to both options, unless you are bringing something and you're like eating that within your training session. So I haven't figured out what I want to do there. It might just be, we'll see what happens when I'm there, how I'm feeling, and I may or may not, go get lunch, or I may just bring a lunch just in case. I don't know yet. So it's a learning opportunity for me. Not super thrilled about that, just that we're not leaving any open area for a lunch specifically, and like for people to be together in the same area and be able to talk and engage without having to make that choice. But I'm not the planner, so wouldn't be how I would do it, but that's okay. So that's something that's going on, but it's all day Friday, all day Saturday. And if you're attending some of those extra sessions, those longer sessions, it's all day Thursday. So again, I'm not going all day Thursday, but I'm going the end of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So tends to be not necessarily physically exhausting, other than getting down there super early and then being down there late, like longer than even like a work day. I think the first session starts at 7:30 in the morning on Friday and Saturday, and the last session ends about 5:30, if I'm not mistaken. And then typically there are events afterwards. So I'm not sure about Thursday, but definitely Friday, there's like some events going on. I know for me, I'm part of 𝐂𝐞𝐫, Central Ohio Counseling Association, and we are hosting our monthly social outing, and we've broadened that to invite anybody who's part of the ACA or attending the ACA who would like to come as well. So if you're hearing this and you would like to show up, we will be at the Ohio Brewing Company from about 6 to 8 or later. I know there are things going on related to the ACA from like 5:30 to 7:30 or 8:30. So if you're choosing to go to those, then you may not be able to go to that event. But that's okay. There's, no one thing you have to do, but if you are around and you would like to come, we would love to see you at Ohio Brewing Company with 𝐂𝐞𝐫 and just hear about your day and your experience and who you are, what you do, where you're from. If you're not from Ohio, we've had some people ask. We'd love to meet you. We're all counselors and we love to connect. And that's what that event is all about. So, the after things tend to be for connection and meeting people and supporting each other. So I know there's a book event going on by Hopewell. They are hosting one of the, what do you call it? You get a book, a date with a book, where it's a blind date with a book where the book is wrapped up and you don't know what you're getting. So I know they're doing like first, X number 45 participants or something like that get a book, and you can hang out with them, and there should be more information about where that will be hopefully posted. They'll have a table kind of advertising that as well. And I believe that's going to be Friday evening after the conference too, in and around the convention center somewhere in one of their rooms. So that's something that I know is going on. Probably a lot of other meetings and social gatherings going on as well. So those are some things to enjoy. So that's ACA conference. That's coming up here this week. Next week, I'll be going to another conference, not counseling specific, but more specific to what I like and what I enjoy, and what I incorporate into counseling. And that's more of the holistic health and functional health. And so that is the Seeking Whole Health Conference. That will be next weekend. I attended that last year, and I will be attending that again this year. And just learning from other providers. We learn about herbs, and we learn about just root causes and health and hormones and dieting or fasting. And this is a religious Christian-based organization as well. So it is, there's often a Christian undertone to a lot of their things going on there, but not everything is specifically taught or geared towards like Christianity, but it is geared towards health. And so looking forward to that. I follow their pages. They're posting daily now on some of the like goodie bags. They give goodie bags to all of the attendees, and then there's VIP attendees. So I was gifted by my husband a VIP ticket to go to to be a VIP this year. So I'm really excited about that. And so you just get a few extra little perks being a VIP. So last year, I know there were certain educational sessions that I attended where it was just packed. And unlike some conferences, you kind of sign up and you choose which sessions you're going to. And so then the people arranging it have an idea of like how many people plan to attend those. Not every organization or conference does that. So in this particular one, like there were sessions where it was like a smaller room, but it was packed and people were like sitting on the floor and any space they could get to be present for the session. And then there were other sessions where there weren't as many people. So sometimes they have to decide which ones they think are going to be popular sessions versus which ones aren't going to be popular sessions. So being a VIP, for example, they have like seating up front for VIPs. Now you still have to get there, early. You have to be able to get a seat. But for example, like last year, I wouldn't have had that option anyway. So hopefully this year I'll be able to enjoy that little perk and, extra goodie bags and extra treats and things like that. So I'm just really looking forward to that one. And I'll be going with a friend as well. So being able to have somebody to kind of talk with and bounce things off of as well should be really fun. And I've met people there in the community, so I know them. So like being able to just talk to people and share the things that I know. So hoping over the next couple of weeks that I'll be able to come back and share all that information with you and share some of the things that I've learned, both things that I knew and were a refresh or things that I didn't know that were brand new. So really like these types of things. It's a lot of information to take in. And the thing with that is that it is a lot of information. And so like in the moment, you're like, yeah, I'm going to use this. This is so great. And then a few days go by or a few weeks go by and you're like, and it's like gone. So it's also being able to take that information and keep it somewhere or do something with it so that it is, you're recalling that information more readily so that you can and do have access to and ability to use that information. So if I had any tips for you about attending a conference, find those things that really do stand out and then see and really think about how am I going to use it this week? Is there a specific client I think I'm going to use this information with so that I am actively using the stuff that I'm hearing to engage your brain and to, be more on track for, being able to take advantage of that information that you use. And then the week after that, also with 𝐶𝐞𝐫 is our new professionals night. And so that is for all counselors or mental health professionals in the field and students specifically. So if you are a student about to go out into the field looking for a job, this is the event for you. We host this event yearly as a kind of like job resource, also community networking. And our theme this year is lessons we wish we knew as new counselors. So I know there are a lot of things that I wish I would have known as a new counselor that I know now. And so we'd love to hand that information to you. We'd love to share it with you so that you can be successful and not necessarily have to go through maybe all the hoops or all the challenges that some of us more senior counselors have gone through. And hey, we're still learning. I'm still learning. I'm running my own business and learning different things all the time that I didn't know about. And so we'd love to share that with you. So if you are a new professional or a up and coming professional, this is the event for you. If you are a professional, you have a business, you're thinking about hiring, or you have a service that you can offer professionals or new professionals, we would love to have you there as well. We have space for table sponsors as well as students and other counselors in the field. I obviously will be going, but you don't have to be a new counselor to go. You can network and talk with all of these new counselors and engage with them. And, some networking and camaraderie and learning will be involved for everybody. Food, drinks, and social time will be had for everybody. So that will be the following week, April 24th. So we would love to have you there. We've got the ACA conference this week. For me, I have the Seeking Whole Health Conference next week and the New Professionals Night the week after that. And actually, next week, I also have my weekly luncheon. And this month's topic is Christian counseling through a narrative lens. So if you are a Christian counselor or you're considering it, or maybe you just like some information, this would be the event for you. We would love to have you sign up and come to that. Lunch and CEUs are available for that if you would like. If you don't want them, you can still come and hang out with us, and you don't have to pay for those things. We would love to have you. You can just register under the free option, and we will see you there. And last but not least, last but not least, May 15th of this year here in my building, we are hosting our own mini conference, and it is going to be great. We would love for you to sign up. You have the opportunity to earn 6 CEUs. We'll start with a keynote. We will have a couple of breakout sessions, so you can choose between 2 options several different times. We'll have another kind of keynote speaker, and lunch is provided, as well as those 6 CEUs as part of your fee there. We have people speaking on somatic therapy, sound therapy, like executive functioning, educational therapy, heart math, grief and art therapy, I believe IFS or EMDR or some version combination of that, and somatic work. I know I'm probably, like hormone nutrition and how that affects your mental health. And I think I may have hit all the topic areas. And I'll be presenting on like functional health and mental health. So all of those topic areas are being hit. If you think that that sounds like something you'd like to attend, we would love to have you. Again, we're just talking about integrating mind, body, and spirit into counseling and into your practice. So you don't have to be able to do all these things. But what I personally love about conferences, as I've said, is being able to take things away from all of those things and thinking about how you can incorporate that information either into the work you're doing with your clients, or if this is a referral option, if you can continue to work with your client and maybe seek these additional services, or maybe your client needs these other services and is outside of what you're able to do. Excuse me. So lots of events coming up. I don't think you can sign up for the ACA anymore, but hey, maybe you can. But we would love to have you at any and all of those events that we have coming up, that we are hosting with 𝐂𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐬, with 𝐂𝐮𝐥𝐭'𝐬, and I'm happy to share all of that information with you when I get back. I love answering questions and I love sharing new information. So if you are a conference attendee or attender and if you'd like to chat, I will be at the ACA. I'd love to meet you and love to chat with you. Thanks so much for joining me today. I will see you again next week, hopefully with some more information about what the ACA was actually like.